The wealthy merchant Sadhu and his wife Leelavati had finally found happiness. Their daughter Kalavati was married to a noble and kind man. Their house echoed with laughter, music, and a clinking of gold. And after realizing their forgotten vow, they had performed the Satyanarayan Vrat in gratitude. But the story wasn't over. After the wedding, Kalavati and her husband set sail for their new life. The merchant gave them gifts, blessings, and prayers for safe travels. Their ship moved smoothly across the ocean. They reached a distant port town and soon began their own business. Buying, selling, trading spices and silks. Wealth flowed. Fortune smiled. But something was missing. Back home, Sadhu and Leelavati reminded Kalavati to perform the Satyanarayan Vrat as a thanksgiving. But Kalavati's husband, proud of his success, dismissed it. "Why should I bow before a god when I have earned everything myself?" he said. "We are busy with work. We'll do the Vrat later." And so the promised vow was forgotten again. One day, as Kalavati's husband stood by the dock, overseeing a shipment of gold and gems, a storm gathered. Out of nowhere soldiers marched toward him. "You are under arrest for theft and fraud," they declared. He protested. "This is a mistake." But no one listened. His cargo was seized, his wealth was confiscated, and he was thrown into a cold, dark prison. Kalavati was devastated. She pleaded with the king, begged for justice, cried at temples, but nothing worked. She sat alone in the corner of her house, with torn clothes and a broken heart. Then, one night, a mystical dream visited her. She saw a radiant figure, dressed in yellow silk, with a serene smile and a conch and discus in his hands. It was Lord Satyanarayan. He said softly, "Kalavati, do you remember the vow your father made and the one you and your husband ignored?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "Yes, my lord. Forgive us. We were blinded by pride." The Lord replied, "Pride brings down the highest, but even the lowest can rise through humility. Perform the Vrat, tell your husband to repent. And remember, truth is the only offering I ask for." Kalavati awoke with a start. That very morning she cleaned the house, gathered fruits, jaggery and milk, and sat before the shrine with a trembling voice. She performed the Satyanarayan Vrat all by herself. Every word was a prayer, every offering, an apology, and something miraculous happened. Far away in the prison, her husband was suddenly called before the king. A messenger had arrived, clearing him of all charges. The real culprit had been caught. The king apologized. "You are free to go." He returned home, confused but grateful. Kalavati embraced him and said, "It was Lord Satyanarayan who freed you, not the king. We had forgotten our promise, but he didn't forget us." That night, they both sat in prayer. Together they performed the Vrat, not out of fear, but out of love. From that day forward, Kalavati and her husband became symbols of devotion in their town. They used their wealth to build a Satyanarayan temple, where the poor could eat and the lonely could pray.